To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. So it's a little chilly today. It's 50 degrees and pretty cloudy, but I got to get a little bit of work done. I kind of sloughed off yesterday after pouring the concrete for the well slab there. I kind of tweaked my back, but I'm feeling a little bit better today. I mean, it's still a little tender, but it's a lot better. I'm not twitching with pain every time I move. So the chickens won't come out. They came out for a little bit, but there must be a dead animal over there on the road down a ways, because turkey buzzards keep flying over there. I can see them landing over there. And so when the car drives by, they fly back up and the chickens run inside. So I don't think they're gonna have a very good day. I might have to go down there and see what's dead. Maybe I can move it out. That way they can come out and enjoy themselves today. So today, I got a couple little projects to do. One's a little bit heavy. One thing I wanna do is I wanna get my second filter. I bought a second filter for my well pump, with my well, so I can put it in the tank. I have one filter here, a little house filter, and I have a carbon filter in it. The problem with carbon filters is they clog up real fast. Now they're easy to clean. You just take them out, you put them in a bucket of water and you wash them, and they'll start working again. But what I want to do is I want to put a regular 5-micron filter in first. Then the second one would be the charcoal filter. Hopefully that would keep the charcoal filter from clogging up so fast. The little housing for the filters was $19. It wasn't too expensive. And then I got a couple pieces I'll have to put in here so I can get it in line. I'll show you all that in a bit. The other thing I want to do, I want to get this done first, just in case it takes longer than I expect, is I need to get this Franklin wood stove out of here. We used this last winter for the first half of the winter. It was an outdoor heat exchanger, and it worked okay, except it used a ton of firewood. I didn't expect that. So what we did was, we had this all surrounded in concrete blocks. Then you put a piece of ventilation right here. So here's the ventilation, and you put it right here above it, and it collects all that heat. The ventilation, just heat rises, and it goes right into the camper. And it kept us very warm. And part of the reason is because the front was opened up. I suppose you could build a house around it and it would have worked better. But I know when it snowed, the snow would be melted clear up to here. I mean, that's a good little distance. I think we got this for 50 bucks used, and it's heavy. I mean, real heavy. So it's like 500 pounds, I would think. My neighbor up the hill said he would take it. So I'm gonna get it on the wagon. I'm gonna take the lawnmower and we'll try to pull it up there, because there's no way I'll get it on the truck. It's just too heavy to do by myself. So we're gonna give that a try. Now, one of the things I wanna be careful of is snakes. Now, you know that I've already seen a snake this year with a black snake. It was huge, 5.5 feet long, maybe 5 feet long. And then Carolyn just saw 2 snakes. One wasn't poisonous, but the other one, she thinks it was a small copperhead. There was a piece of metal stuck to the ground, and she raked it up and they scurried out. Well, this would be a prime nesting place underneath here for snakes. So I gotta be real cautious. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back the little wagon up right here. I'm just gonna lean it over to the wagon. Hopefully that'll work. That way if there's snakes, they'll be on the other side. I'll have a chance to get away. My fear of snakes made that a lot harder than it needed to be. If I could have just gotten behind it and pushed, it would have been fine, but I kept trying to look behind the wood stove. Well, got it on. I think that'll work. I tell you, that made that a lot easier. I know that's stating the obvious, but without having it for a year and transporting all this wood with that cart by hand from the woods, oh, that was such a nice little job. I got it done fraction of the time. I knew it was inevitable though. Somebody would complain about the John Deere riding mower. I mean, they're over on other channels, YouTube channels. It's insane how people think. Complaining, well, Rob's trying to advocate how to save money, but then he goes and blows all kinds of money on a lawnmower. John Deere, no less. Why didn't he go to Walmart and get a used one? I mean, I knew it was coming. And I don't even think I need to justify this. Carolyn and I do not spend money at all. We try to do everything within a budget, $500 a month, you know, to build a tiny house. We spent $500 and we don't spend electric, we're debt-free, we have a significant savings account and retirement fund and all that. And so we're very happy with that. In this particular case, we had talked about getting a used riding mower. But then we thought, well, you know, you end up spending just as much repairing it. I bought one like 6 or 7 years ago. Ended up having to replace the engine within several months. So we bought this used mower for I think $600 or $800, something like that. And then had to spend another $400 or $500 on a new motor. With this, at least it has a little bit of a warranty. Everybody knows how to work on them. I can work on them, so if something happens to it, so, you know, there's a little bit of quality to it. And, you know, I don't think I need to justify, I really don't. I guess I am justifying. When you go buy something, if you actually have to go buy something, you just buy something that's good quality. I'm not a big fan of buying used automobiles. I try to buy a new one, cheap used, 4-cylinder pickup truck. It's got 75,000 miles on it, and it's had one problem with it. One, the radiator cap. I thought it was a thermostat, so we went and replaced the thermostat, but it wasn't a thermostat, it was a radiator cap. $16. You buy used, you're always working on it, always spending money, so you end up spending just as much money on something used that you would have new. I mean, that's just my thinking, at least. And when you need it most is when it's broke down. Okay, so the next project, speaking of saving money, I didn't even think of that until I just came across this. I bought this extra canister here for my hose. And I was telling you earlier how I want to put this on. The problem is this is designed for a house, so it has 2 female ends. Well, your hose only has 1 male end to go into it, so you got to make a new male. Now, they sell these things everywhere. This is a little attachment. What you do is if you're using your hose and you smash it like this right here, so if you smash that or break it or you need a new one, you can replace it with this. You just cut this off right here and put it right in line. This one, they sell at Dollar General for $1. So now I'm going to cut the hose right here. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, you're cutting a $16 hose. The thing is if I ever need the hose without the filter, I can just take the filter out and just put the canister in there and it'll run water just fine. Okay, so all you got to do is slide this on like that. You'll have to loosen up, there's little screws on it. You just loosen up these screws a little bit. Okay, now something you should want to do before you try to insert this into the hose, it really won't go that well. You want to try to warm this up a little bit. It would be better if you had a heat gun because this is going to stain it. Might turn it brown if I leave it on too long. This will make it more pliable so I can get that insert in there. Okay, I got it on, and I found it worked best that you heat it up and you kind of screw it in there. It's not really threaded, but it really worked by screwing it in. And then it would cool off and you heat it up again and screw it, and it finally went on. And then you just slide this piece up to here. Okay, and then all you have to do is tighten it on. And that's it. Now you have a male end that you can use for your spray nozzles and, you know, or hook it up to the other hose. So I got both sides done now. Okay, and that's all there is to putting that together. I hope I can inspire you to make your life easier when you're living your dream. Thanks for watching.